So team Kabokisi, please come up. Kabokisi, automating savings group transactions. Oh, we have a physical Kabokisi, okay.
Yep. Beyond the box, Kabokisi, we are helping individuals, saving groups, credit institutions, and communities achieve goal-oriented, collaborative, and borderless financial goals. Someone could help me with calling, please. When you want to save, which app do you open? When you want to save as peers, even at an informal level, which app do you open? When you do, how many accounts do you create? How do you separate your operating funds from goal funds? If you're having about 7 goal funds, then either they mixed up, or are you providing to open about 7 accounts? This is way too cumbersome. We're going to list a local saving group of about 52 million MTN. They're using it to help themselves out under emergencies like school fees, rent, boost their businesses, poultry, charcoal. But when the starting thing we found is at the end of the year when they've got to be sharing their funds, ladies take about a week trying to balance out who saved what and who has owned this. Even then they are prone to human error. So they get internal problems and lose members to that. Even to large sized circles, they are disconnected from members in the diaspora. Yet these people are going there to improve their standards of living. We're talking about financial inclusion, but what is financial inclusion if it has an age limit to it? And I'm talking about our kids. Yes, there is KYC and all that stuff, but that is only a problem. So do we have a solution for it? We're talking about financial inclusion, but what is financial inclusion if it has a language limit to it? And I'm not talking about Italian, Spanish, talking about our very local languages. And what is it? Financial inclusion if it has a connectivity barrier, talking about people who are offline. The average Ugandan never gets to access professional accounting services through an entire lifetime. This is not only limited to the literate people. So our solution has been to create an ecosystem addressing each of these problems. And for time, I'll be explaining the solution as I think. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to delve into that beauty and elegance of Kabokisi. So that is Kabokisi. I'll log in real quick. You can use your email or phone number. Use your phone number. Alright? Oh, we're putting the number. Crazy. So just to verify you're not a robot, real quick. So you've got a code. We then go to artifact authentication. You can use the passcode or biometrics or these biometrics. I love it simple. Now, this is our homepage. First, I'll go to our inclusive language options. So far we ship with English, Luganda, Swahili. We've created our own dictionary of Luganda to encompass it here. So if I change to Luganda, everything changes. You can see Erinya, apart from email, you know what that's called in Luganda. And Kola Jesus. And Kola oh, okay. And Gole Epaka. So it all changes to Luganda. So that is for language barrier. We go to EOSSD, people who are offline. Our app shipped with a simulate have limited to languages, English. EOSSD simulator. Now this is for the people. You can access your Kabokisi from phone. provide the other code. You can enter my PIN. You can enter my 5D PIN. And I can then access everything in the Kabokisi ecosystem. You can create a savings goal that you can track. You can deposit your saving goal. You can withdraw from saving goal. You can make a group saving. Or you can remit your savings internationally. You've moved to Kenya, that doesn't stop you from contributing to your circle. We have a fundraising platform in our ecosystem as well. So this is in the app, so I'll go back to the app, but that's another view of our USSD. So in the app, we have our main fund, and this is what connects with Momo to enable you to perform all other transactions. So for example, for a deposit, I could deposit 5,000. Enter my phone number. Then, confirmation page, I can confirm. I receive a notification that it's been initiated. So the transaction is now in pending for about 30 seconds. We have cloud functions trying to verify the transaction status will be there. We can also use voice to do a lot of things, maybe a deposit. Make a deposit.
No, but Kai.
And I'm not talking about deposit here. Make a deposit.
Sure, I can help you with that. How much do you want to deposit to your Kabokisi?
Let's raise it. No problem. We'll move on. Now we have a full circle management circle. You can circle management system, your circle description. So you have your circle, you can manage your circle. But one cool thing is, for example, that group that takes about a week. You can press this one button and have maybe savings or interest, have everything. Have members start receiving the Momo payments. So you get a notification, it's processing in the background. We have our auctioning platform, circles that have fixed assets they want to sell. So just place a bid, next price. It will be going there. Then fundraising, you can contribute to that wedding, to that guy who knows you. Contribute. All this is with Momo. Then we also transferring to these countries. Could be Malawi. I go to my circle. I have no saving product for now. But that's how we continue with that. Then, as you said, as an individual, you can save, you can create a goal, make a target amount. That's your saving box. You can then start creating, contributing to it. You top up, maybe 5,000. The app then starts tracking. Then starts tracking your progress. That could be a bug. And if you're tracking, if your goal is about 100%, you get an award. You have a nice little animation that you can share with others. Then you can share your progress with other people. You can generate a financial statement and also share it with other people. We have Kabokisi Pro, because here in the app we're keeping it simple, but Kabokisi Pro is for the corporate management systems as we're looking for them as well. I don't know if we have any time left.
No, we don't. So we'll go quickly to the judges' feedback. We'll start here.
Thank you, Paul and team. I think it was very wise to start with the demo this time. So I really wanted to look at your revenue slide, but you didn't get there. Okay, so as we look for that slide, I think you have a good solution. My worry is that it seems to be too much, especially if your target audience is, those circles in the park, the markets. That's where usually these small groups are, leave alone the ones we have in office. I think it has a lot of things. For a Muntua 1C, it might be too much, so you need to work towards making it simple.
Alright, we actually follow the solution. But since it's a large ecosystem, if you're just wanting to be working as an individual, you can just press one button and only keep only watching it on the home screen.
So please walk us through that slide. I would like to understand it.
Yeah, so with our revenue model, we need, as a startup that's not yet made any money or cannot start up, well, we need the top bottom didn't make any sense, so we went bottom up. And so our current statistics, there are about 40,000 known circles. These are the ones that are known. And of them, about 400 are only the corporate circles. So our competition, that's what we're currently targeting. So for us, we decided to create a market that's not being targeted by the self-saving groups. For example, if Mark, Sheila, they decided to start saving together, even at an informal level, they can just come together. So those are about 39,000 that are known, but there's also those that are not known. So if we only got about, dominated the market about maybe 40%, and each of those 7 groups would give us 5,000 a month, that would be around 279 a year, USD. Then for the corporate circles, we're hoping for these individuals to market us to them, and with what is already there, if we only we're able to capture around 40, charging a minimum of about 100 USD, that would be around 51K a year.
So that column that has the price, that's what every circle is paying. Is it every member, every circle?
So that is a circle a month.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your presentation. I think you used your time well. The question that I have is on, I think somewhere along your presentation you mentioned professional accounting services.
Yeah.
Yeah, how is that happening there?
So we give them, for example, financial statements. People are going to embassies and being asked for financial statements. But some users never use banking systems. They use mobile money. Until now, the people who don't even know mobile money can give you financial statements. They don't know where to find them. So that's why in our app, that's one of the accounting services. You can generate it, or even ask our AI to generate it for you.
I don't know if that's an accounting service. I'm not an accountant, but
so this is something.
I thought accounting services are other things like audits and all this.
Not at that level.
Yeah, so maybe you want to change the lingo there, and people don't, expect things that you're probably not going to promise or to give them. All right. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hey Paul, this is a great presentation from you and your team. I think it was pretty straightforward. I think you know the market that you were trying to address, and I like that the product that you're trying to put in the market is actually something that can be usable by the masses. So, kudos to that, and also the fact that you thought about like different channels to access your customers, like the USSD, the mobile app, and I see here you also have like a web app. Is that correct?
Using the step that allows that.
Yeah, that's really good. Maybe the one thing that I would want to have seen is how, because I see you have the pricing for the circle and whatnot, but then like for the individual person who is saving their money for whatever goal that is the application free, or I didn't see any pricing with regards to that.
Yeah, so for our individuals, they're using the app for free, but there is a transaction limit. So if you're an average user, you will be able to use it for free, but if you're a heavy user, maybe making more than 10 transactions a month, then that's when you will have a billing sheet.
also the assumption there that if I'm an individual user and I'm, let's say, depositing money towards my goals, you do not charge me for those transactions, or do you charge me for those transactions?
No, we don't charge you for that, but we are thinking of getting a small percentage of after you achieving your goal. That was still under discussions, that's why it's included here.
Okay, maybe that's one of the things you might want to consider, because that can become a very expensive charge to your business. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your presentation and making good use of your time. Mine is more on authentication, especially at a circle level. From a savings perspective, it's been presented very well on how the group can actually do their savings, but it didn't come out clearly for me how, if a member in the group wants to redeem their savings, what kind of authentication happens at that level?
Pardon, if a group member wants to
Redeem
redeem
a portion of their savings.
all their savings.
Yeah. How's the authentication?
So in the mobile app, they send a request to the circle. Now the circle can have multiple administrators, a treasurer, a chairperson, and depending on what they've structured for whom to authorize this or that, then they look into what the user wants and they'll disperse to them accordingly.
Is that built in the app?
No, not yet. Not in the approach that we worked on the same.
Okay, I think that's it. Any other questions from the panel? All right, let's give them a big round of applause. That is Kabokisi. I was waiting to see the physical Kabokisi being used in the demo, but maybe